Hi, I'm Margaret Ann, and today we're going to talk about aromatherapy and gemstones for prosperity, the fragrant garden. My garden is very fragrant, and I love to use that term, the fragrant garden. I love to walk out my front door and smell the abundance of well-being and harmony by beautiful plants and flowers and trees. And we can use that through aromatherapy and gemstones, but first to uncover where we may be lacking is the key to allowing prosperity into our lives. So you can ask yourself without judgment, where do you feel lack? Where do you feel lack? Do you have plenty of food and water and financial stability? And if the answer is no, that's temporary. In fact, before we started this, we pulled a card when we were off screen, and it was the pre-night card. And the message or one affirmation is I recognize the impermanence of all life and release associated suffering. So, if for right now you don't have plenty of food, water, and financial stability, make a clear understanding or decision that that is temporary. It's not permanent. It's all up to you. The other question you can ask is, are there helpful people in your life? And that's up to you to create that and bring it into your life. So, the majority of our belief systems are stored in at the root chakra level. So I wanted to touch base on like the core beliefs that we have about food, shelter, and water, about what we believe about having money or having enough, are often determined and created during the formative years, which are about the first 10 years of your life. Now, that can change because everything is available to change and to shift. But this is the time period where you store information that becomes your foundation for the rest of your life. So, to uncover and discover, you may want to do a little journaling and go back to that time of your life to determine what kind of phraseology did you hear going on around you. What were you meant to, what were people saying? Parents, significant people in your life, maybe aunts and uncles or grandparents. So take that time to uncover how and why you feel like you don't have enough. Now, you might say, well, because right now I don't have a job. It's like, okay, well, that's just right now, that's impermanent. But there usually is plenty for you and around you. And if that isn't the case, then it's time to uncover and discover why that has become a repetitive pattern in your life. So, because thoughts and beliefs create our reality, it's important to uncover those programs. There are programs like you have installed in your computer but we have it stored in our brain, in our consciousness, in our belief systems, in our emotions. And they were stored and installed during our childhood, but even during the teen years and even the early 20s. So if you need some help to try to shift that, you can ask the angel of abundance and prosperity to inspire you and motivate you to take the necessary action to change your reality. Literally ask the angel of prosperity to help you. And then it could be also your perception of reality. There was, I think his name was Max Planck, said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's from a very long time ago. I think he was a physicist. Okay, and now what I want to share with you is how you can use gemstones, essential oils, and Bach flower essences with intention that help you focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want. So, here to start with, colors and gemstones for focus and mindfulness in regard to prosperity and abundance. Copper is always a good choice. Copper can be a conduit for you to have what you need. Copper has always been a conduit during the time of even when we had the old phone systems, which is not all that long ago, those were copper wires. And gold, the color gold, as well as gold jewelry that you might wear, make it your intention that you're wearing it with the intention to increase financial flow and higher wisdom can come to you so that you understand and get ideas on how to create more financial flow. So this is all up to you. It's always up to you. And we have the ability to create whatever we want. We create our own reality. Green stones, and the color green can be beneficial to help you be skillful with finances and also to attract abundance and prosperity, and silver to always find the silver lining. So the gemstones, like the metal copper, and like these happen to be green aventurine bracelets, but you could use jade, you can use emerald. There are so many green gemstones to utilize and work with to attract financial flow and abundance. And pyrite, just and like a metal, it's iron. Pyrite is very beneficial for staying grounded, for creating a strong foundation and the building blocks. Get it? See the blocks to create what it is that you desire. It's all very simple, more simple than you might think. But you probably already know this. This is your reminder, perhaps. So, essential oils that are good for abundance and prosperity. Well, basil is very effective for bringing abundance. In fact, I will share with you that some of you may have heard the story if you know me for a while. But the day that I was making prosperity mist, I wasn't planning on making prosperity mist. I was in my kitchen making breakfast. I think I was making some scrambled eggs, and I heard I'm clairaudient, so I heard the beginning of the formula for prosperity mist, and I heard basil, bay, bergamot, basil, bay, bergamot, and I'm like, what is this? I literally asked, even out loud. I said to my husband was nearby, and I said to him, what is this? Basil, bay, and bergamot. Turned off the stovetop, and went into my office where I have, my big bottles of essential oils, and I pulled out my basil and bay and bergamot. They're in 1 pound, 16-ounce bottles, and I blended those two. And then I asked, well, what's the rest of the formula? If this, and what is it for? And I heard this is for prosperity, and you can make the rest because I'm an aromatherapist. So then I put my aromatherapy thinking cap on, and sure enough, I got the rest of the formula. And these are just some of the essential oils that are in prosperity mist. And so the basil will help with staying grounded and focused, but also with memory and mental clarity that we need to have financial prosperity. And the bergamot brings joy and happiness, and anything that we do with joy and happiness is not only a benefit for yourself, but for everyone around you, and everyone benefits. Cinnamon has been known throughout the ages as something that brings in prosperity. In fact, I have the same cinnamon sticks. No, actually, I think I changed it out not that long ago. But I've had cinnamon sticks always in my cash register for the last 34 years. Well, we'll be 34 this August. In a few months, we'll be 34, and I've always had cinnamon in the cash drawer. And patchouli is very effective for helping bring in prosperity, but also it is very good for stabilizing the aromatherapy blend. So when we make a blend of essential oils, if you decide you want to start blending essential oils, keep in mind that one of the essential oils that you use in your blend, it's beneficial to have a stabilizing scent. So stabilizing aromas or essential oils are like patchouli. Vetiver would be a stabilizing scent. Let's see, cedarwood could be stabilizing. And so because essential oils are volatile, one of the essential oils in the blend, it's beneficial to have one of them at least to help it so that it brings it all together and holds that scent. So there's that prosperity mist, which, sometimes Katrina takes the prosperity mist and the smudge and spray. She does the prosperity dance around the crystal garden when it's a slow day, and all of a sudden customers start coming in. Is it coincidence? I don't know. Well, we have some more blends that are good for this. So excuse me, there's a tiny bit of a sort of a commercial here, but well worth it because it's very helpful. So working with smudge and spray, but if you don't want to use smudge and spray, the point I want to make is that it's important to clear away negativity and immediately call in blessings. So smudge and spray does that. But you can also do that with you want with if you want with a smoking blend of some sort and clear out negativity and smudge it out, and be sure to use something like lavender or something sweet to bring in the blessings and well-being. And there's the prosperity mist again, miracle water. Maybe right now you feel like it's a miracle if you have money in your life. So do what you need to do to bring miracles into your life. So, miracle water was I created with the intention of using various holy waters and sacred site essences and Bach flower essences, but mostly it's holy waters. You know, when I was growing up, my mother used a lot of holy water on me. I guess that's why I wanted to use it in all my blends, right? And Ganesha is the Hindu deity that is the destroyer of obstacles and the bringer of blessings, bringer of good fortune. And so that's a good blend to utilize, but you can also work with the energy of this deity. Maybe get yourself a little Ganesha statue or something along those lines, or read about Ganesha. Bring that vibration into your life to get rid of the obstacles and call in those blessings. And Archangel Uriel is very effective for working with the wisdom of the ancestors. So whether you're using the spray or calling this archangel, Archangel Uriel is one that when you ask your ancestors or those that have walked on this path before you, ask Uriel to help them inspire you. Not just Uriel to inspire you, but your ancestors to bring in ideas to help you create more prosperity and abundance in your life. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about Bach Flower Essences. So Bach Flower Remedies are intended, this is an excerpt out of my book, are intended to transform negative attitudes or beliefs into positive ones, thereby allowing the body's own physical system to fight disease and the stress associated with an out of balance condition. That's from the Essential Guide to Aromatherapy and Vibrational Healing. So it's not like so Bach flower remedies are something you actually ingest by putting a drop of 1 to 5 of these essences into your water with intention to transform negative attitudes or beliefs into positive ones. But first, you have to recognize what those negative attitudes or beliefs are. So that's why you have to uncover and discover what's underlying, what was installed in your consciousness earlier in your lifetime that's making you keep repeating a pattern or having the current challenging situation, if in fact you're having a current challenging situation. So I chose just two, a little tongue tied there, two Bach flowers to work with or talk about tonight. And these are literal excerpts out of the book. So Gentian, oh, let me give you a little background about a little bit more background about Bach flowers. So Edward Bach was a homeopathic physician. I was going to call him a homeopathist. I don't think that's a word. A homeopathic physician um, in England, and this is in the 1930s. And he realized that there was something more that he needed to bring to humanity. And the thing that he chose to do was to close up his shop or his office, if you will, and go out on the road and walk. And he would camp out on the land during his journey. And one morning he woke up, and when he opened his eyes, he noticed the dew on the leaves of plants, bushes, trees, flowers, etc. And he had the realization that the vibrational essence of that plant, flower, bush, tree, was installed inside of that droplet of water, and that could be a vibrational healing tool. So he created 38 Bach flower remedies, as well as the 5 flower formula, which is rescue remedy, which is for shock. But there's more specifically, for example, Gentian restores hope and confidence. It's an aid for those who give up easily because of a minor setback, like Up, that went wrong. I guess I'm not going to do this. Isn't working, so I'm going to give up. That kind of a thing. So this is good for someone who may have some great ideas, but can't quite bring those ideas to fruition. They can, but they believe they can't. And they may have the best intentions and goals for the future, but often find excuses to let that diversion keep them from fulfilling their goal. So you might want to ask yourself some questions. Like I said, these are direct quotes out of my book. Have you observed that you have a negative attitude that stops you from taking action to complete something? Are you easily discouraged or get down in the dumps if something goes wrong? Do you disengage from a project at the slightest delay or challenge? So start using a drop of Gentian in your water and sip it throughout the day, just one drop, and affirm, I have courage and I have confidence. I can achieve anything I put my mind to. It's easy for me to resolve challenges as they arise. I am motivated and enthusiastic. And then Hornbeam is another good one to work with. So Hornbeam is perfect when you're feeling overwhelmed and exhausted before you even get started, like it's like, oh geez, I can't even get started because I'm too tired, or I feel I can't, it's too much. So use this Hornbeam if you have a tendency to procrastinate, but maybe not because you're too tired, because you just don't feel like it. So this helps you with that energy of the Monday morning blues. And it's a remedy that can help you get started and motivated so you can recognize that the project or task at hand isn't so bad at all. So you ask yourself these questions. Do you have the tendency to put off tasks that are simple to complete? Can you accomplish things you enjoy but feel too tired or overwhelmed to handle chores or responsibilities that aren't as enjoyable? I think we all have that experience from time to time. It's human nature. Do you procrastinate because you don't feel like doing something that you can't or won't or do? You can and do easily complete. So use Hornbeam, put a drop in your water, and these little bottles last a very long time because you're just using a little drop at a time, literally one little drop. I am full of energy and enthusiasm. I'm motivated and feel satisfied by all my accomplishments daily. I am a productive person. I enjoy everything I do. Actually, I feel that way. That affirmation is how I feel. Thank goodness. So let's move back to some gemstones. So emerald is a really great gemstone to work with if you're embarking on a new venture or if you need to increase financial security. Call on the angel of prosperity. The angel of prosperity. Here we go. This affirmation, I am blessed with abundance. So these affirmations are very, very beneficial. They're very powerful. You can even use the affirmation and write it again and again. Maybe put it on index cards or buy my deck and carry that particular card around with you, or put it up somewhere where you sit the most and read it and reread it over and over again. I am successful in all of my business pursuits. My actions come from a loving place and have beneficial results for myself and others. I am fortunate. I appreciate and enjoy my prosperity. So, the divine guidance, which is on the emerald side of the card, trust that you have the ability to be successful and prosperous. Activate your inner entrepreneur. Believe in yourself, and you will reach your goals. So, emerald. Dun, 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 emerald green. And then from my soul purpose deck, Gemstone Guardians in Your Soul Purpose, Moldavite. So Moldavite I bring up because a lot of people really like it, one thing. But this green glass, which is what it is, it's glass that was created because of a meteorite that came in from, it appeared to be out of nowhere, came in onto the planet, right? Hit the planet, and when the meteorite hit the planet, it created this glass. So Moldavite is helpful if you want to be able to see things from a higher perspective, like from out of this world. and that you're also open to receive ideas from seemingly nowhere. Where did that come from, that idea? Who knows? But if it's good, work with it, use it. So, right here on the card, have you noticed that you are able to see life from a great higher perspective? It is time to embrace concepts that may seem far out at first. Yes, I'm pausing here. Embrace concepts that may seem far out at first. You have a brilliant mind and it craves stimulation. Take the time to explore beyond the outer limits of your own core belief systems, which is really important because as I started out with this talk, is we want to uncover and discover what are our core belief systems. And if that core belief system isn't creating enough prosperity and abundance in our life, then we want to take the time to explore beyond the outer limits of the current core belief systems. So the affirmation that matches this is, I feel the limitless nature of all life. I believe in unlimited potentials and possibilities. I am creative and prosperous. So this is the visionary card. And notice that the outer rim of this card is a shade of green, and it's in the entrepreneurship category. This particular deck has a number of categories, and each category has different color associations on the outer rim, which helps when you're doing some kind of a reading for yourself or self-exploration. So here is a wonderful petition. And actually, I think this might be the last slide. So, the angel of abundance and prosperity. This is if you don't feel comfortable talking to angels or praying or petitioning the help of celestial, celestial beings, this can help you form the words to call in the assistance of the angelic realm. O angel of abundance and prosperity, I am calling on you today to help me with my needs. I ask that you assist me with my basic requirements of food, shelter, and water, but also with my greater needs, including business, finances, and downtime. Guide me to see and sense the way to achieve abundance and prosperity in all areas of my life. Thank you. So, this is like a core petition, core prayer. And then you can take this and reframe it, rephrase it if you want with your own terminology. I highly recommend that you focus on this type of a request, and you will find that assistance will come, and it will be so exciting because it will be fun. It's like, oh my goodness, look, it worked. Well, that's it for tonight. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you do have prosperity and abundance in your life. I'm sure you will, and you do. And we're going to continue on in a moment on the Crystal Garden Facebook page and do a beautiful show with beautifully curated goodies and treasures and gemstones from the Crystal Garden. So I hope you'll join us on the Crystal Garden Facebook page. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. And feel free to send me a message and let me know how your abundance and prosperity has increased starting with today. And may your days be filled with blessings and love. And may the angels light your path. Thank you so much for watching and participating. Many blessings.